UFC Mexico. Here's my experience.
I see my haters proud of me now. When I'm around, it's all smiles. I took over my whole town.
Saying up, I'll give this card a solid 7.5, maybe an 8. I mean, there's some really good finishes on this card throughout the entire night. There's some really good fights on this card the entire night. But the first fight I want to talk about is Mr. Jamal Emmers versus Gabriel Miranda. Whenever Emmers went down to the ground the first time, I thought Miranda had it wrapped up. I thought he was going to choke him out on the ground. Emmers got up and said, "Oh, that's all you got for me? All right, that's it. Let's go." Emmers got up throwing hooks, straights, whatever he wanted to, and it was connecting all night long, and he was able to get the first round finish in a brutal fashion. That was the first finish of UFC Mexico, with a lot more to come. Next fight I'll talk about is Lupe Godinez versus Julia Palazzari. I probably butchered her last name, but Godinez put on an absolute show. The first 2 rounds, she banked it pretty easily. And the third round, probably the best rounds of a women's MMA fight you will see. It was an all-out slugfest, going at it full throttle, no holding back, just walking each other down, throwing bombs at each other. While Lupe Godinez went away from the wrestling, I know why. But besides that, great bounce back for Lupe Godinez, and I can't wait to see what she has next. In the prelim main event, we have another Cameroonian power striker, Atiba Gutier. That man put on an absolute show. First round finish over somebody that is extremely hard to finish. Kind of no forget his ass kicked at this point in his UFC career, but Gutier was able to put that man out in the very first round with a absolute stunning, beautiful knee right up the middle. Imagine those flurry of hands that he was throwing beforehand, landed before that knee. It could have been way worse, but Gutier, 22 years young, and he looked absolutely phenomenal. He was patient in there. He didn't go all crazy whenever he seen that he was hurt. He took his time, picked a spot, and he was able to dispatch Jose Medina very early in the first round. Who do you guys want to see Gutier fight next? Hopefully we see him within the next couple of months. He didn't really take any damage in that fight, so hopefully he stays active and he gets on the card later this year. Kicking off the main card, we had Kevin Borjas versus Ronaldo Rodriguez. Kevin Borjas, hey, a lot of people doubted you. A lot of people doubted you. Came out there and put an ass whooping on Lazy Boy. I don't know what was going on in Lazy Boy's head. He was throwing a whole lot of high energy attacks from jumping and spinning and all that. And Kevin Borjas said, you know what? I'm just going to stay on my feet and I'm going to throw bombs. And they connected. I will say, when Lazy Boy got dropped in the first round, I thought the fight was over. I don't think there's too many 125ers on the planet right now that can eat a shot that clean and pop up like nothing happened. He was able to, and I feel like that just goes to show that he has one of the best chins in 125. But Kevin Borjas put on an absolutely beautiful performance for all 3 rounds. Kevin Borjas put on an absolute beautiful performance from all 3 rounds, and I can't wait to see what he does next. And I think Lazy Boy is going to bounce back just fine. He's really young still. Following that fight, we had the Doctor, Mr. David Martinez versus Oliveira. This fight was truly one of those things where David Martinez said, yes, I'm here. I'm in the big show. He was able to get a first round finish off of a beautiful right hand. He was able to finish it on the ground, finish him on the ground, making Oliveira go limp on the ground after the ground and pound punches was connecting. David Martinez does not need to fight. That man is a doctor, and I can't wait to see what the Doctor has next in his UFC career. Hopefully he's very active in his career, because Lord knows he doesn't need the money. Next fight of the night, we had the youngest fighter on the card, Raul Jr. versus Vince Morales. Raul was able to survive some nasty submission attempts, all of them by Vince Morales, kind of later in the rounds, in my opinion. Later in the rounds, I think the first one, in the end of the first round, there was like 10 to 20 more seconds left. Raul would have went to sleep because that thing looked absolutely tight, and he was able to survive. Raul looked like a 20-year-old fighting UFC veterans that's been there, so that's a fantastic thing. Getting wins under your belt, getting 15 minutes of octagon time under your belt is never a bad thing, and he was able to win this fight. Who do you guys want to see Raul Jr. fight next? He said he still wants to be the UFC youngest champion, and he has this much time left to do it. Do y'all think he does it? Let me know. Following that fight, we had Edgar Chavez versus CJ Vergara. Chavez was able to hurt him on the feet, then follow him to the ground, and was able to get the first round submission. He dedicated it to his grandfather, which I was like, all right, why is this man crying? He just won the fight, but it was a very emotional time for him, so I'll give him that. Chavez is able to bounce back from his loss against Mr. Joshua Van, which was a fantastic fight in the spear. Who do you guys want to see Chavez fight next in the 125-pound weight division? I feel like he could be a very entertaining prospect going forward. In the co-main event of the night, the fight that surprised me the most was Mr. Manel Torres versus Drew Dober. Manel Torres looked like he didn't break a sweat. He didn't break a sweat. He hit him with a right hand and dropped him. And Drew Dober thought he was in practice, and he thought he was dreaming, as he just kept eating right hand after right hand after right hand after right hand after right hand on the ground, just holding his ankle. Ref could have stopped it earlier, in my opinion. I mean, Drew Dober was doing nothing with the ankle pick that he had, and Manel Torres was able to dispatch Drew Dober, the formerly ranked Drew Dober, in the very first round, very fastly at that. Who do you guys want to see Manel Torres fight next? The main event of the night, we had Brandon Moreno versus Steve Erceg. This fight, I think Brandon Moreno just came out throwing a lot more. He missed a lot of shots, but he threw a lot. Erceg was looking for a spot to throw his hands and throw his kicks, but he just never really got any ooh or ah moments during the entire fight. Brandon Moreno was able to pretty much walk him down and just beat him with high pressure and a lot of volume. Did he get a title shot off of this? I don't think so, because I'm pretty sure the title shot is going to go to Kakar France whenever they do decide to do that. But Brandon Moreno, I think he's probably one fight away from a title. And he just beat Steve Erceg, who Kakar France beat, and he got a title shot off of it. So you never know with the UFC. Pretty okay finish from Brandon Moreno. Not really anything to write home about. But what do you guys think about that? Let me know. And Steve Erceg, that man has been thrown into a gauntlet. Knocking out Matt Snell, getting you a title shot is kind of crazy in his own right. But he was able to go into a title fight with Alexander Pantoja. A very close fight with Alexander Pantoja at that. Then he got starched by Kakar France. And then he's just lost 4 rounds against Brandon Moreno in Mexico City. So Steve Erceg, hopefully they give him somebody lower in the rankings so he can get some type of confidence back. I still think Steve Erceg is really good. But then I think he's Champions level right now. No, I don't. But what do you guys think about UFC Mexico? What was your favorite performance of the night? What was your biggest surprise of the night? Let me know down below in the comments. And like always, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Be good people. Peace.